Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Director Cordray, before we go back to data issues, I had one question on Operation Choke Point. News reports tell us that the Department of Justice and several federal banking regulators are pressuring banks to end relationships with legally operating payday lenders and with gun stores, retailers, and that this operation is known as Operation Choke Point. Are you familiar with it?
I've certainly read numerous press accounts of it, and therefore I would say I'm familiar with it.
Is the CFPB participating in Operation Choke Point?
I think the CFPB has a job to do as a law enforcement agency to police illegal lending, whether it's online or in person, and much of what we're talking about here is online. There's now, the further issue that's been raised is, what about illegal lending that operates by piggybacking on the existing banking payment system? That's not something the banks like. It's not something, not risk they want to be exposed to. Some of this gets into areas of prudential regulation, safety and soundness, and sort of risk and operational risk, legal risk, reputational risk that I'm not an expert on. So
but does this mean that you are participating with Operation Choke Point?
I'm not sure what you mean by participating. I think that the agencies have all tried to discuss what is the appropriate approach to know your customer. That's really, again, more of a prudential regulator term. But our concern at the Consumer Bureau is we are supposed to be policing non-bank lenders as well as the banks. And many of those non-bank lenders that are riding along the payment system, if they're acting illegally, and this is one of the enforcement actions I described in my opening remarks, need to be addressed. But what I would say is, it's about whether the activity is legal or illegal to me. It's not whether it shouldn't be about whether it's disfavored or favored.
The operation, what I understand from, again, and we just get this in the news reports, but from what I understand about it is that there is a conscious effort to force legally operating payday lenders and gun store retailers to stop their business.
I don't know if that's in the reports, and I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know if that's what anybody intends, and I don't know if that's what is in fact happening. The Bureau's focus is on ferreting out illegal activity, and it's hard enough to do.
Understood.
Frankly.
But what advice have you given, if any, to the Department of Justice on this project?
I have not given advice to the Department of Justice on this.
All right.